Well, the movie I watched this week is a Ford Explorer from 2010 called Extraordinary Measures, where
Oh, yeah,
Harrison
yeah,
Ford plays Dr. Robert Stonehill, Stonehill, and Brendan Fraser is a man named John Crowley. He's married to Keri Russell, who is Elaine Crowley, and essentially, they are parents. Brendan Fraser and Keri Russell are parents of two kids that have their both their children are diagnosed with Pompe disease, and it's a condition that basically eats away, prevents their body from breaking down sugar, and you know. Harrison Ford plays this kind of eccentric doctor who has this theory, but he's never been able to produce like an actual something to go to actual like medicine type stuff. It's always like theoretical theory about how they can cure this enzyme to break down the sugar in these kids' bodies. So basically, Brendan Fraser travels all the way to Nebraska to uh, try to meet this doctor to try to become partners with him. So he's the business savvy side of things. He basically can try to set up meetings to get funding for this research so he can save his kid's life because one of the kids has like this episode where she almost dies in there. So it's a very kind of emotional, kind of not what I was really expecting this film to be. I kind of went into it completely blind, not knowing anything about it other than it's a Harrison Ford movie from 2010. So it kind of fits in with the Pinos and the Ford Explorer. And I think Ford is interesting. He has some freak out moments in it, kind of a cages him there in like a board meeting. He's like starts freaking out, doing this pointing the finger thing to the other people in the meeting, which is funny. And Brendan Fraser plays like this guy. He's like, you need to calm down when you try to get this. And he's a frantic parent and doing the things that parents would do in this situation. Uh, I feel like this movie it's interesting performance from Harrison Ford. It's interesting from Brendan Fraser. It has a pretty some recognizable faces. Courtney B. Vance pops up here. Jared Harris also pops up. A Pinot nominee. PJ Burns shows up here. And Kerry Russell is pretty good in it as well. Overall, it feels like kind of a TV film, a made for TV movie on like uh, Oxygen or something, whatever one of those like TV channels are. The director Tom Vaughn, I hadn't really seen anything or was familiar with any of his works, but I guess he said What Happened in Vegas with Ashton Kutcher and Cameron Diaz was like his biggest movie, and he's kind of slipped into obscurity after this film, really, because he has some stuff, but nothing I've ever even heard of. So it's kind of interesting there. I'm kind of at 2 stars here. I think the performances there's some good heartstring moments, but again, it's not a very memorable movie, but it is a pretty interesting story about this research that I would never have known anything about if I didn't watch this movie. I got very similar vibes to the film that you guys reviewed last year of Joy. It very similar kind of research, like medical research film that you probably would never have known anything about unless you watched the movie. And so it's a good, fun, interesting watch. Cool Harrison Ford performance, I guess. But I do have it at 31 between Ender's Game and Anchorman 2, funny enough. Speaking of Anchorman.
All right.
So I have this at 2 stars for Extraordinary Measures.
I've not seen that one, but I remember when that one came out.
Same.
Yeah, we never picture Harrison Ford as, going to theoretical medicine and, biotech and all that stuff.
That is a great
it's kind of interesting job choice for Ford.